In this video, I will show you how you can use Excel to create PDFs just like this one. I will show you how to create the rings effect, and I will show you 3 ways to create the shadow effect. The PDFs that will be created can be either printed, updated online, for instance, on a tablet, or you can also try and sell them online. There's a lot of demand for this type of stuff. On top of that, Excel gives you the flexibility to create lots of designs in a short period of time, like those ones. Let's start from the very beginning. So Excel strength is automation. You can automate things, and you can do some conditional formatting, and you can do a lot of variation on a theme. The downside, obviously, is that it's not a designing tool. But it doesn't really matter, because the end product in this instance here is the PDF. It's an Adobe Acrobat PDF document. So we can use Excel as a starting point, and then we will happily convert that to a PDF, and then we can go back to Excel and change it ad vitam aeternam. So here I'm just going to start straight away, and what I'm doing is I'm trying to put 2 wider cells here to put the days. So I'm just going to start here straight away. I'm just going to put the days. I'm not going to do anything fancy, any settings, tab, or the likes. I'm just going to hard code everything in this one. Maybe in another video I'll work a bit harder and try to have more automation. But this is just a starting point if you want to create those weekly planners. So I'm just doing here, and I'm going to give maybe 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this will be my box. So I'm just going to give 6. I'm going to do the same here. And then I will be taking this, and I'll be format painting this. And actually, I'm just going to use this to format paint the rest. 7 days in a week, but I want to use the final. I'm just going to select the 2 control here just to make it a bit bigger. So I want to use this one to put tasks that we will move to next week. So here I'm just going to keep putting the days. I know if you are from the States or one of those countries where you start the week with a Sunday, you could obviously change this. So I will put Sunday here, and I will put here move to next week. So as you progress, you can put the task here that you want to move for the next week. So as usual, I would like to put that again. In fact, it will be a 2-week view with a ring in the middle. But I will just perfect one first, and after I can duplicate it. So I'm just going to put that even wider. Okay. Now what I would like to do is I want to put some a separator here. So I think it might be clearer if I remove completely the grid line here. And I want to select this, and I want to put a different type of border at the bottom. So here I just select the first border with dots here, and I want to apply it to the bottom here. So I just do this. Now if I do this and I press F4, it should reproduce it. Okay. So now I can take all this, double click on Format Painter, put it here, here. Okay. Now to get this out of the way, I just want to put a very light background here. I might go with a green. Do I want to put this in bold? Yes, I'll put that in bold. So same thing, I'll double click. Of course, I could have been more efficient, just do one first, and after, format paint the rest. What I wanted to do as well is just put a star, the first one. This way, if there is, this is what your focus of the day, you can put something here the priority for the day, and I'm not going to put it for the move to next week. Okay, at the top, I want to put maybe 4 of those. When I will go back and put some borders, this one here, at the bottom only. Okay, so here I should be able to press F4. Oh, don't let me down. He let me down again. So it doesn't like it. It takes the blank border at the top and it reproduces that well, which is not what I want. So let's do this. Now, if I do this, this time it should be on board. Oh, okay, I've got 4. And here you can put whatever you want. What I put here is goal for the week. Gives you a bit of a focus for the week. And here I'm going to leave some space for week starting. And I'm just going to underline. Oops, what did I do here? Week starting. You can put it maybe on the right hand side. Okay, now we need a big title. So as mentioned, this is very hard-coded right from the start, but maybe in another video we can see how we can put the date and to automatically go on this. But I think if it's for PDF, you can just print one copy and play around with it. So here I wanted to have a large cell here. I could merge and center. I'll try this, but sometimes it causes problem when I want to copy. So let's see how it works. Weekly planner. Put it in bold, in the center, put it bigger. Okay, that is done. I also want to add some stuff at the bottom here. So this is the same process. So maybe to speed up the process, I'm just going to jump to what I've done here. Okay, so here I've just put issues, challenges. I've been trained to say challenges instead of issues. It's a bit more positive, so I'm just going to put challenges here. And here what I did well. So here you could put anything. I don't know if you could think about anything else you could put instead of challenges, problems, things that learnings, yeah, anything. Okay, so I think this is more or less it. Okay. So this was easy. It was just about formatting. Now, what I want to do, I want to put a very thin one at the top, very thin one at the bottom. What I want to do is I want to duplicate this now. So I just take the column before as well. I do a copy, and here I do an insert copy cells. I'm okay to do this because I left a spare column here. And here you go. So here you can either change the colors for each one of those. And this will be the advantage of conditional formatting if you wanted to mass produce this in different colors. Yeah, maybe for variety, I'll take another color here. What goes well with green? Nothing really. But I'm just going to take blue. F4 on all this. And as usual, and in another video, I'll show you how to automate this with some macros. You have all the colors that you want here. Okay. So the purpose of this Excel is more to give the illusion that you are working with a PDF and create a PDF after. Nobody needs to know that you started off with Excel. Okay, so here there's two things that we need to do. We need to put a ring in the center, and we need to put some shadows. I mean, obviously, this is, you could say this is optional. Now, you need to go online and find yourself one of those binders here. There is no magic there. We've just put a picture in the center, and that's your binder. And this is how they do it when they create those PDF that you can see for sale online. That's all they do. It's all about an illusion, obviously. So here I found one. If you cannot find one, just let me know in comments. I can point you to the right direction, but you should be able to find one quite easily. Now, if this one is obviously too short, you know, you could extend it this way. You just take one side and you extend, but that's not extremely good looking. So what you do instead is you duplicate it, Control D or Control C and V, and you put it on top here. It's all manual labor, I know, but it's worth it, isn't it? You do this, and actually this is good. This is sufficient. I don't need to go all the way up. If you want to crop, obviously you know how to crop picture format crop. Picture format crop, and here you take the black thing and you just do this, and then you press crop. So for a demo, I suppose I'm happy with this. This is good. Now the last thing to do is just to put some, you know, up. Obviously this is optional, but maybe to put a frame around it and some shadow. So a frame, let's see if so here I've created a small row so I can have a bit of a frame around it. I'm just going to grab this, and after we'll see. So here what I want to do is to create a big border around it, outside borders. Now it has to be equidistant on each side, so I just need to make sure I provide the same margin here. That should be okay. All right. Now the first way to create border is the one, if you've seen some other of my videos, the trick that I use is I more or less, and I think this is the easiest way, but you might not like it because there's no feathering out. So you just take a color here. If you actually like it when it's extremely dark. So what I've done is I've left one cell here on the left. I just select all the rest up until here, which actually I can change. And then I do the same here. I go all the way back up, and then I leave one cell where we really feel that there is a shadow here. So this is just really giving you the 3D effect. So if you feel there's too much of it, you can move it this way. Okay, so this is not too bad. The thing is how is that going to convert to a PDF? So obviously some just like when it's feathering out. So this is really a hard shadow. That could do. Now I'm just going to duplicate this. I'm just going to create a copy so we can look at the second way of doing this. So let me remove this. The second way is a little bit more subtle. The shadow itself is more subtle, but the way of doing it is not subtle at all. So what I do is I create a little bit of a rectangle here, like this. I go to shape format and add a shape fill with a very light gray. And then I go under gradient here, and I put a gradient from left to right this way. I remove the shape outline, and I put it this way here. I need to zoom it, so it lets me drag, it lets me take it from the bottom here, and I'm just gonna put it a bit here. It's there, okay. After, what you can do is you duplicate it, you rotate it, if you can find the handle to rotate it, and it snaps to grid, so it's all good. And then you can put it at the bottom here. Precise work, and then you drag it to the right here. So you can see the problem here. So here I have a white border, which I don't want. Shape outline, no outline. Okay, so it gives you also the illusion of a shadow here, but you see the challenges on the corners there. So this is what I was saying in the opening, the drawback of Excel. It's just not exactly a design tool, but if you take maybe a shadow much lighter, can it be even lighter than this? What you can do is you go to gradient here, and if you put this one here, that's not going to work. You put a gradient first, sorry, and then you go back to gradient and you go to more gradient, and here you can really be more subtle. And here you can drag this and just remove a little bit of shadow here. Yes, and you have to be mindful that we want to see the dark thing. Actually, this dark border here, you could remove it if you have the shadow. That could work as well. So that's it. So I wonder if I can format paint this with that. Yeah, okay. So here what you need to do is just to make sure that you can still see the black. Okay, so I could spend all afternoon on this, but I think this is the second way, as you can see. So you can put them also on the side, but remember the beauty is you just have to do it once, and after you can change all this and you can export it back to PDF and the like. So a third way, just to be complete, it's probably the easiest way, but I'm not sure if that creates enough of an illusion, because we are magicians here. It's just a matter of creating illusions. Is you actually take, I think I might have to remove this for that one. I might have to remove the black border here. I want to remove the border all around. Removing the border all around. And then what I do is I insert a shape. I insert a type of a square. I put nothing inside, but I put a shape outline. I put some black. And then I'm going to put that around my weekly planner. And then I'm going to put a shadow on this. So it cannot be white, it has to be black, otherwise it doesn't provide any shadow. And the shadow that I want to put, shape effect shadow. So here you have to play with this. Once you have put your shadow, put a shape effect shadow, then after you can go and put shadow options, and you can decide how much the blur is. So that's the advantage. You can have a nice blur. You can have a distance, how far it's gonna be. The transparency, you can have it less transparent, a bit bigger size. Oops, this is a bit too extreme. Okay, so it is subtle, but for the keen eye, the drawback is it provides a shadow also inside here for the top right, but as he thinks this is a shape, it gives you a shadow here inside. That might be sufficient, but I think actually the outline is a bit too thick. A bit of a more subtle outline. And you can play around with the size. But I think that's enough for a shadow, so it's up to you to decide. The thing that you can do is to have no shadow. And that might be all you need, because now what we do is we just select this. I'm just going to put that. I want it to be the same, consistent on both sides. You select this. You give yourself as much margin as you like. You don't want to export it to PDF. You could export it to PDF, but that doesn't give you as much flexibility. What you need to do is to print, Microsoft Print to PDF. And then you put print selection. And then you fit it on one page. And obviously you need to put the landscape if you have the 2 weeks, as I have. Now, you notice there's a lot of rubies here, so you have to play with the margin, and you have to play with your Excel at this point in time. So if you go to margin here, You just remove some margin at the top, margin at the right. And then if it's not sufficient, you come back here and you broaden things up to give it more of a PDF A4 format if you are under A4, obviously. But I know that some are not using A4, some are using the letter, so that's something else. Something that you might want to do is to create a print area. So you set the print area. So here I have created my print area. And if you want to break print title, so here if you go back on the print title, it reminds you of your print area here, B1 to L55. So this way you don't have to do it every time. You have your print area. I don't need to select and print as I did before. I have my print area set up, and I can go back and print and print just so print active sheets. It automatically select the print area, which is suppose a better option. Put 0 margin. Okay. And now you create your PDF. You print. Now you have it all. It's just it looks like there's something missing, but you will have it all when you print. Print, download, okay. My doc, a PDF, and then I go under download, and then here I have my doc. Let me show you. If I double print on it, it should come on this way, and that's it. And now you have a document ready for consumption. You can sell it online. People really like this binder there, this binder effect, this ring effect, I've noticed. You can change all this, so you can automate it, have this change depending on what you want to put. So now I have my PDF ready. You could print it, but what people do, usually they just put it on their tablets and they update directly with a pen on the tablet. So that's another option that is quite popular, I believe. People don't print things much more these days. But anyway, that's the end of the demo. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll leave you with it.